Everyone thinks your calmness is a gift, but you know the truth. It's a tomb you've been building around yourself since childhood, brick by careful brick. While others scream and shatter and somehow survive, you've learned to absorb the earthquakes silently, to metabolize everyone else's chaos into that steady, unshakable demeanor they've come to depend on. The one they praise, the one they never question. But here's what no one tells you. That calmness isn't peace. It's a performance. A slow suffocation, dressed up as emotional maturity. There's a violence to always being the calm one, a quiet, invisible violence you inflict on yourself every time you swallow what wants to erupt, every time you become smaller so others can stay comfortable. And the cost? It's written in a language your body speaks but your mind refuses to translate. You're always so calm. They say it like a compliment, like they've discovered something rare and precious in you. And maybe, a long time ago, you believed them. You wore it like an honor. This ability to stay steady when everything around you was falling apart. But somewhere along the way, the compliment became a contract. Now, when chaos erupts, all eyes turn to you. Not with concern, with expectation. You've become the emotional thermostat in every room you enter. The one who regulates everyone else's temperature, absorbs their heat, converts their panic into something manageable. And you do it, every single time, because what choice do you have? To suddenly become unstable would be a betrayal of who they need you to be. It would crack the foundation everyone's built on top of you. So you stay calm, you nod, you breathe slowly while your pulse races. You become the container for feelings that aren't even yours. But here's the trap they don't see. Your calmness has become their permission to fall apart. The more composed you remain, the more they unravel. Your sibling can rage because you'll absorb it. Your partner can spiral because you'll ground them. Your friends can panic because you'll talk them down. You've become so good at holding space for everyone else's emotions that there's no space left for your own. And when you even hint at your own overwhelm, your own breaking point, they look at you like you've betrayed them. But you never get like this. You're always so together. I need you to be okay right now. So you shrink back into your role. You apologize for the disruption. You smooth yourself back into calmness like it's a shape you can will yourself into. And the blessing they keep praising? It's starting to feel like a life sentence. You weren't born calm. You were born full of needs, full of feelings, full of the loud, messy aliveness that every child carries. But somewhere in those early years, you learned that your fullness was too much for the room. Maybe it was the parent who couldn't handle one more thing. The one whose stress filled the house like smoke, whose mood you learned to read before you could read books. You discovered, with the precision only children possess, that your emotions added weight to an already fragile ecosystem. So you began the process of subtraction. You learned to cry quietly, or not at all. To make yourself small during arguments that had nothing to do with you but somehow felt like your fault. You became the easy one, the one who didn't cause problems, the one who helped solve them. Or maybe it was chaos that taught you. A home where emotions exploded without warning, rage, grief, hysteria cycling through like weather you couldn't predict. And in that storm, you found the eye. You learned that stillness was a shelter, that if you stayed calm enough, steady enough, maybe you could keep everything from completely falling apart. You weren't chosen for this role. You auditioned without knowing it, and the part became yours. And here's the cruelest part. It worked. Your calmness did keep things together. People stopped fighting when you entered the room. Tension dissolved in your presence. You became the glue, the mediator, the translator between warring emotions. They told you that you were mature for your age, wise beyond your years, so emotionally intelligent. What they meant was, you've learned to abandon yourself for others, and you're very good at it. The stillness that lives in you now isn't peace that developed naturally. It's peace that was strategically constructed. A dam you built to hold back the flood of what you really felt so everyone else could stay dry. And you've been maintaining that dam ever since. Your body is keeping a record of every emotion you've never expressed. It's written in the chronic tightness of your jaw, that tension you only notice when someone points out you're clenching again. In the knot between your shoulder blades that no amount of massage ever fully releases. In the exhaustion that lives in your bones. The kind that sleep doesn't touch because it's not rest you need. It's released. When you swallow anger, it doesn't disappear. It relocates. It becomes the migraine that appears from nowhere. The stomach that's always uneasy. The chest that feels compressed. like you're breathing through a straw even when there's plenty of air. Science has a name for this: allostatic load. It's the cumulative wear and tear on your body from chronic stress, specifically the stress of unfelt feelings. Every time you suppress an emotion, your nervous system activates as if you're in danger. Your heart rate spikes. Cortisol floods your bloodstream. Your body prepares for a threat. But the threat never comes, because you've already neutralized it. You've smiled through it, reasoned with it, calmed yourself down before anyone noticed you were activated. Except your body noticed. Your body is always noticing. And over time, this pattern becomes your baseline. Your nervous system learns to live in a state of constant, invisible vigilance. On the surface, perfectly calm. Underneath, a controlled emergency that never ends. The autoimmune conditions, the mysterious inflammation, the chronic fatigue that doctors can't quite explain, these aren't random. They're your body's way of expressing what your voice won't. They're the tears you never cried, manifesting as physical pain. The screams you swallowed, emerging as illness. The boundaries you never set, showing up as immune systems that can't tell self from threat anymore. Your calmness has a cost, and your body has been paying it in a currency you didn't know you were spending. There's a rage inside you that terrifies you, not because it's violent, but because it exists at all. You've spent so long being the calm one that anger feels like a betrayal of your identity, like proof that you're broken, that the composure everyone depends on was a lie all along. So you fight it. You rationalize it away. You tell yourself, they didn't mean it like that. It's not that big of a deal. You're being too sensitive. Let it go. And for a while, it works. The anger retreats. The calmness returns. Crisis averted. But it's still there, waiting, accumulating, a pressure building in a place you refuse to acknowledge. And the cruelest part? You're not just angry at the people who hurt you. You're angry at the people who need you. The ones who lean on your stability without ever asking if you're okay. Who treat your calmness like a renewable resource they can extract forever without consequence. You resent them for depending on you. Then you hate yourself for resenting them. Because what kind of person gets angry at people for needing them? What kind of person wants to scream at the people they love for simply trusting them to stay steady? A human one. That's what kind. But you can't let yourself believe that. So the war continues internally, silently, endlessly. The part of you that wants to explode versus the part that's terrified of what explosion makes you. The self that wants to finally be seen versus the self that's afraid no one will like what they see. And in that war, there are no winners, just exhaustion. The loneliness of it is staggering. To be surrounded by people who think they know you, while the most honest parts of yourself remain exiled, locked away, because they're too much, too messy, too inconvenient for the role you've been assigned. Everyone's anchor, no one's concerned. The first time you let yourself break in front of someone, it feels like dying. Your voice cracks, your hands shake. The tears come before you can stop them. And for a moment, you're sure this is it, the moment they see you're not who they thought you were. The moment you lose them. But then, something unexpected happens. They don't leave. They don't flinch. They don't need you to pull yourself together for their comfort. They just stay. And in that staying, something ancient inside you begins to shift. A belief you didn't know you were carrying starts to loosen. That your worth is conditional on your composure. That love is something you earn by never being too much. This is where the real work begins. Not understanding why you became this way, you already know that story, but in the terrifying practice of unbecoming it. It starts small, letting your voice shake when you're scared instead of steadying it, saying, "I'm not okay," without immediately following it with, "but I'll be fine." Leaving the room when you need to instead of staying to manage everyone else's reaction to your leaving. These feel like revolutionary acts. Because they are. Every time you choose honesty over performance, you're dismantling years of conditioning. You're breaking a contract you didn't know you signed. And yes, some people will be uncomfortable with this new version of you. The one who has needs, limits, edges. Some relationships will shift. Some will strain. Some will end. And that loss will hurt. But it will hurt less than the slow disappearance of living as someone you're not. Because here's what you're learning. The people who loved your calmness, but can't love your chaos, never loved you. They loved what you did for them. The ones who stay when you tremble, those are your people. There's a difference between the calmness you performed and the peace you're learning to inhabit. The old calmness was a mask. a shield, a way to make yourself acceptable. It required constant vigilance, monitoring your tone, managing your face, suppressing anything that might disturb the carefully maintained surface. This new thing you're building? It's different. It's not about never feeling anger, fear, or overwhelm. It's about having the capacity to feel those things in real time, without abandoning yourself in the process, without needing to hide in a bathroom to fall apart silently, without waiting until you're alone to finally let your body express what it's been holding. Real calm isn't the absence of emotion. It's the ability to stay present with yourself while the emotion moves through you. And that requires practice. Uncomfortable, ungraceful practice. It means feeling the anger rise and not immediately talking yourself out of it. Sitting with the sensation in your chest, your throat, your hands, learning its texture, its rhythm, its message, not as something to fix or suppress, but as information, as energy that wants to move. It means crying when you need to cry, even if it's inconvenient, even if someone's watching, even if it makes others uncomfortable. Your tears aren't a problem to solve. They're a release your body is asking for. It means setting boundaries that feel selfish until you realize they're not. That saying, "I can't hold this for you right now," isn't abandonment. It's honesty. And honesty is the foundation of any relationship worth keeping. Slowly, you start to notice. Your nervous system is recalibrating. The constant hum of background tension begins to quiet. Your sleep deepens. Your body softens in ways you'd forgotten were possible. Not because you've become emotionless, but because you've stopped forcing your emotions into exile. You're learning that you can be both strong and soft, calm and expressive, steady and human, that these aren't contradictions, they're wholeness. And wholeness, you're discovering, feels nothing like the performance of perfection. There's a moment that will come, maybe it already has, when you'll watch someone you love doing what you used to do. You'll see them swallow their hurt to keep the peace, shrink their anger to stay likable, carry everyone's chaos while pretending they're fine. And something in you will ache with recognition, because you know exactly what that costs. You've paid it in body, in years, in the quiet erosion of self that happens when you spend a lifetime being everyone's calm. And you'll have a choice in that moment. You can stay silent, let them learn the hard way, like you did, or you can offer them something no one offered you, permission to be human before the cost becomes unbearable. Not by telling them what to do, but by showing them what's possible. By being the person who says, "I'm overwhelmed," without apologizing for it, who sets boundaries without guilt, who lets their voice shake, their eyes water, their composure crack, and survives it, thrives in it. This is the inheritance you won't pass on. The belief that love is conditional on your ability to stay small, steady, and silent. The children watching you, whether they're yours or not, are learning from what you do, not what you say. And when they see you honor your full emotional range, you're teaching them something profound. That their worth isn't contingent on their usefulness. That they don't have to earn belonging by erasing themselves. This is the quiet revolution. Not loud, not dramatic. Just you, choosing yourself, again and again, in small, sacred ways. The calm you embody now isn't a performance. It's not forced. It's not held together by sheer will and suppression. It's the deep, earned peace of someone who finally stopped betraying themselves to comfort others. And that,